So last weekend we travelled over to New Zealand for Ironman 70.3 Taupō. It was about a 3-hour flight and then a 3-hour drive to get there from Sydney, and yeah, here's the trip. We arrived last Wednesday and took Wednesday basically as a travel day before getting into some sessions on Thursday. Was able to link up with a few other lads over there, which was good. We went for a ride on Thursday morning just to check out the course, do a few little efforts, nothing major. And then following that, I went for a light little swim just to remind the arms how to work, and then went for a jog on the run course in the afternoon. They have this place over there called Countdown, but it's not, it's Woolies. Had a nice pizza for dinner on Thursday night, then into Friday. One day out from the race, went and did another ride on the course, and then did a little run off before going for an open water swim also on the course. After getting the sessions out of the way, we had the pro briefing, and then I racked my bike in transition before going home and putting the feet up and eating as much carbs as I could. Then it was time for race day. 3:25 a.m. wake up, got a bit of a warm up in, set up transition, and then we were off. So the swim was in freshwater Lake Taupō. Water temperature was about 17. So pretty nice swimming conditions, really. I managed to get out pretty well, stayed on the back of the front pack until maybe 600 metres in, and then got gapped a bit, but was only about a minute and a half off the main group of, I think there was about 6. So that was definitely a small improvement on where I've been in previous races, so that was good. Then we had to, out of the swim, run up this really steep driveway to get to T1, which really spiked the heart rate. But out onto the bike, I didn't ride too hard on the first lap, to be honest. I was in a group of 2, and then another group of 2 joined us, so we were a group of 4 for the first lap. And then coming into town on the halfway point, so it was a 2-lap bike course. So at about 45 k's coming back into town and then out again, I put down a little bit of pressure, especially to utilise my bike handling skills a bit. And then everyone was able to, in that group of 4, was able to come with, so I sat back up a bit, and then at about 60 k's, one of the guys in our group went to the front and started drilling it, which worked out perfectly, and that split up the group. So I went with him, and then he was riding really strong, so I just sat in second wheel really, and we rode fairly solid through the back end of the bike, which is something that I wanted to improve on from my Canberra race, is finishing the bike strong instead of dropping a lot of time in those last 20 k's. Having done that, I didn't know how my run legs would be, but surprisingly enough, they they actually felt fine, especially coming off doing a race only 2 weeks ago as well. I was really happy with how they felt off the bike, and then went out on the run like a bull in a china shop really. Coming out of T2, I could see a group of about 4, maybe 300 to 500 meters down the road. So I set my sights on those guys and was able to tick through them by about the 4K mark. Then I was sitting in 7th position and had my eyes set on 6th and started closing in. Got to within about 20 seconds at one point, but at about 15 Ks in, he must have picked up the pace a little bit, or I dropped off and the gap started to open up again. So in the end, I ran a 1:11, low 1:11s. It was actually a PB half marathon time off the bike, so in a race, triathlon race. So definitely happy with that to close out the season and to be able to run my way into 7th from coming off the bike in about 11th, I think. So happy to come away with 7th and secure another decent PTO score. I haven't actually seen what the scores are yet, but it should be one that pushes out one of my lower scores and hopefully improves my ranking a bit, so that's a positive. So now I've got a week off after travelling home, and then I'll get my eyes set on trying to qualify for a 70.3 world champ spot, which is back in Taupō at the end of next year. So that'll be exciting to try and qualify for that.